We have been seeing sentences recently. We saw simple, compound, complex and how to convert one to the other. Now we are going to see how we can join sentences together. That is, simple sentence, one simple sentence and another simple sentence together without changing the meaning, without adding any conjunction or clause. If we add a coordinate conjunction, it becomes a compound sentence. If we add a subordinate conjunction, it becomes a complex sentence. So, without adding any clause, how do we synthesize? How do we combine two sentences? We can do it by using infinitives, that is non-finite verbs like infinitives, gerunds and participles. Okay? That is why when we did all that, I told you to be very careful in putting it there in your mind so that you won't forget now to apply these rules. Okay, synthesis or simple sentences. Okay. Now, have you got your books? I will just give you some examples and I will teach you how to do it. When we combine two simple sentences into a single simple sentence, the new sentence should have only one finite verb. This can be done in the following ways. And what are those ways? By using a participle, by using an infinitive and by using a noun or an adjective phrase. Okay. Now we are going to see the ways in which we combine these sentences. Using participles. First method, using participles. Okay, he closed the door, he went out. Two sentences I am giving you. He closed the door, he went out. How do we combine these two sentences into one single sentence? See, he closed the door. Closed is the verb here. He went out. Went is the verb here. But for a simple sentence, it should have only one finite verb. Now, how do we combine this? Okay, I am going to use a participle. Closing the door, he went out. Is that clear? Closing the door. Now, this has become a participle, a non-finite verb. He went. Went is the finite verb. Okay. So, this is how we are going to combine and it is very important for your higher classes. Okay. I am going to give you some more examples. When in the two sentences, one action is completed before the other begins, we use having or being to join the sentences. Now, first we have used closing the door. Why? Because I'll just read out again. When two simple sentences have the same object, which is the object he. He is the same object, okay, and two actions are done simultaneously, we can use a participle to combine the sentences into a single simple sentence. So, this we have to use when, that is when the same subject is used in the used in both sentences. And two actions are done Please take down the rules. It's very important. When the same subject is used in both the sentences and two actions are done simultaneously, means at the same time, then participles are used. Okay, shall I give you some more sentences? She wrote the letter. She read it. I think she wrote the letter. She pasted it. Okay. Now, writing the letter, she pasted it. They heard a loud noise. They ran out. Hearing a loud noise, they ran out. They saw some beautiful flowers. They saw some beautiful flowers. They photographed it, or they they photographed it, or they took some photographs. Okay, seeing some beautiful flowers, they photographed it. Seeing some beautiful flowers, okay, is that clear? I have given you three sentences after giving you an example. These are the ways in which you combine two simple sentences without changing the meaning into another simple sentence, and this is using the participle. He closed the door. He went out. Closing the door, he went out. Okay. Now this verb, main finite verb has been changed into a non-finite verb, a participle, because in a simple sentence there should be only one finite verb. So this has been converted into a participle. Closing the door, he went out. This is the finite verb. Okay. When the same subject is used in both the sentences and two actions are done simultaneously, then participles are used. This is the rule. Now see, she wrote the letter, she pasted it. Okay. She wrote the letter, she pasted. So this finite verb has been changed into non-finite verb. Writing the letter, she pasted it. Okay. They heard a loud noise, they ran out. So they same subject but two different actions. Hearing a loud noise, they ran out. They saw some beautiful flowers, they photographed it. Seeing some beautiful flowers, they photographed it. Is that clear now? This is one way of changing or one way of synthesizing or combining two simple sentences into one simple sentence. Okay. In using participles, there is another method. Okay. First I told you we use the participle like converting the main verb into the non-finite verb. But we can also use being and having if the actions are completed at two different times. Okay. If the subject is the same and if the actions are done, two actions are done at the same time, then we use the participle like taking it from the main verb, we make it into a participle. But if the actions are committed or if it is done in two different timings, then we use being or having. I will give you examples for that. He was tired, he sat down to rest. He was tired, full stop. He sat down to rest. Okay. Now he, the subject is the same. He was tired, it is a general thing. He sat down to rest. Now we can't say, this was here is a be form of a verb. So we are using being tired. He sat down to rest. Okay. Is that clear? Next one. He lost his way, he began to cry. He lost his way, he began to cry. Now losing his way, he began to cry, we won't say because here he lost his way. That happened earlier and after that he began to cry. So we can just say having lost his way, he began to cry. Understood? Okay, I will give you some more examples and I am going to give you a test for 5 marks in this participles alone. Okay. I'll give you one more sentence. She was married last year. She is now unhappy. Okay. Now, what we do? Was is a be form of a verb. So, being married last year. She is now unhappy. Okay. Next one I'll give you. He has won the first place. He will be honored tomorrow. Okay, he has already won the first place, but he is going to be honored only tomorrow. The action is taking place in two different times. So, this he has won now. So, having won the first place, he will be honored tomorrow. Okay, now I am going to explain to you once again, and then I am going to give you a 5 marks test. 5, or I will make it 5 into 2, 10 marks test. He was tired, he sat down to rest. Being tired, he sat down to rest. He lost his way. He began to cry. Having lost his way, he began to cry. She was married last year, she is now unhappy. Being married last year, she is now unhappy. He has won the first place, he will be honored tomorrow. Having won the first place, he will be honored tomorrow. Is that clear? Now, shall I give you a test to check whether you have understood this concept using participles. Are you ready? Okay, take your notebooks and pens and sit up straight. I am going to give you a test. Well, are you all set? All set for the test? Good. Now, I am going to give you 5 sentences. Combine the following sentences. Simple sentences into one single simple sentence. using participles. Okay, this carries 5 into 2, 10 marks. Is that clear? First sentence. He raised the flag, or he hoisted the flag. He saluted it. Okay, he hoisted the flag, he saluted it. Next one. I was irritated with my secretary. I turned her out. Are you trying to synthesize both? Okay, good. Next one. They were overpowered they surrendered. Fourth one. He cried out in surprise. He embraced his friend. Okay, and the last one. She admitted her fault. She apologized. She admitted her fault. She apologized. Okay, now try to combine both the sentences into one single sentence. Very easy, isn't it? I have taught you when you should use the participle and that to which participle, isn't it? That is making the finite verb into a participle or using being or having. When you should do it, I have told you. Come on, you try it now. He hoisted the flag, he saluted it. Yes, hoisting the flag, he saluted it. You should use the subject only once. So, here you are not using hoisting the flag, he saluted it. He was irritated with my secretary. I was irritated with my secretary. I turned her out. Now was. So, being irritated with my secretary. I turned her out. Okay, is that clear? Next one. They were overpowered. They surrendered. Okay, being overpowered. This was, were and all are clues because they are be form of verbs, so you can use being. Being overpowered. They surrendered. Okay. Next one. He cried out in surprise. He embraced his friend. Now both the things are happening at the same time. So you take this verb and you make it into a non-finite verb. Crying out in surprise. He embraced his friend. Is that clear? She admitted her fault. She apologized. Now here you have to, she admitted her fault, she apologized. So you have to use having. Having admitted her fault, she apologized. Okay, check it up now. He hoisted the flag, he saluted it. Hoisting the flag, he saluted it. Okay. I was irritated with my secretary, I turned her out. Being irritated with my secretary, I turned her out. They were overpowered, they surrendered. Being overpowered, they surrendered. He cried out in surprise. He embraced his friend. Crying out in surprise, he embraced his friend. She admitted her fault. She apologized. Having admitted her fault, she apologized. Is that clear? Now here, he hoisted the flag, he saluted. You can say hoisting the flag, he saluted it, or having hoisted the flag, he saluted it. Both are correct. Now have you done it correctly? Check it up. Okay. If you have done it correctly, each sentence carries 2 marks and you get 10 on 10. Very good. And what next? A star. Okay. Good. If you have done the correct answers, if you have done it correctly, you get full 10 marks and you get a star. Next we are going to see how to combine these sentences using a infinitive. Okay, non-finite verb, infinitive. This is also, participle is also a non-finite verb, but now we are going to see how to combine using a infinitive, that is TOO. Okay, I told you first was using participles. Now we are going to see how to combine two simple sentences into one simple sentence using an infinitive. What is an infinitive? TO. Okay, I will give you an example and then I will give you some sentences. Okay. He is very fond of sweets. He cannot give them up. He is very fond of sweets. He cannot give them up. Okay. Now we are going to use to. Okay. He is, this instead of very you are using to. He is too fond of sweets. He cannot. You are just omitting that he cannot and you are saying he is too fond of sweets to give them up. Okay. Have you understood how to make it? Next sentence. She wants to lose weight. She eats less. She wants to lose weight. She eats less. Okay. How will you combine? You are bringing this here. She eats less to lose weight. Have you understood? See, we are combining both the sentences using TO. We can't add TOO if there is very, words like very in the one of the sentences. Otherwise, she wants to lose weight, she eats less to lose weight. Okay, so we are just using the infinitive to. That is, infinitive will always be with a verb, TO plus verb. Now, which are the infinitives? To give, to lose. Okay. Now, I will give you some more sentences for you to understand. We heard the good news, we were happy. We heard the good news. We were happy. Now we are going to bring this here. We were happy to hear the good news. Okay, is that clear? Next sentence. I have some work, I must finish it. I have some work. I must finish it. I must finish some work. Okay. I must finish some work. Clear? Okay. Next sentence. He is very lazy. He cannot work hard. Now I told you when we have very, we can use TOO. He is too lazy to work hard. Is that clear? Okay, I am sure you have understood this concept. Now quickly we will have a run through. He is very fond of sweets, he cannot give them up. He is too fond of sweets to give them up. He wants to lose weight, she wants to lose weight, she eats less. She eats less to lose weight. I heard the good news, we were happy. We were happy to hear the good news. I have some work, I must finish it. I must finish some work. Okay, I have some work, I must finish it. I must, okay. Next one, he is very lazy, he cannot work hard. He is too lazy to work hard. Is that clear? Okay, we will move on to the next set of synthesizing next. Okay, and I presume that you are clear with this. I have done these 5 sentences, but the 4th sentence I can write it in a different way using the infinitive. I have some work to finish. Okay, I can write it that way. So just do it like this. Because I have written infinitives, I have to use the infinitive here. I have some work to finish. Is that clear? I have used the infinitive here. Even the other way what we wrote earlier also is right, but using infinitives means you have to use this here. Okay. We just saw how to combine 2 simple sentences using non-finite verbs, that is participles and infinitives. Now we are going to see how to convert them in, or how to synthesize them into one single sentence using noun phrase and adverb phrases. Okay, noun phrase, prepositions and adverb phrases. Okay. I will give you an example now. First pattern using noun phrase. Okay. Example. First one. The wall was broken. The enemies stormed in. Okay. Now we are going to use a noun phrase to combine these two sentences. The wall having been broken, the enemies stormed into the fort. Okay, this is one pattern. Second one, the train arrived, all the passengers got into it. It is almost the same only, or I'll give you another one. The Taj Mahal is one of the wonders of the world. It was built by Shah Jahan. Okay, now how will you change this into one single sentence? The Taj Mahal comma, now you are not using this finite verb. One of the wonders of the world was built by Shah Jahan. Now instead of that finite verb, we are using only this. This is another way of changing. Okay, is that clear? Next sentence. I'll just give you another sentence. I'll just ask you. Paris is the capital of France. It is a beautiful city. Paris, comma, the capital of France is a beautiful city. Okay, so that way also you can change. Next one. Using a preposition with a noun and okay, next pattern. Using a preposition with a noun or an ing verb. Ing verb. What is ing verb? It is gerund, isn't it? Okay. She was praised. She had saved many lives. She had saved many lives. Okay, now how will you change it into a one single sentence? She was praised for, had will become having. For is a preposition. For having, it's an ing word, having saved many lives. Is that clear? She was praised for having saved many lives. Next example. The new store was opened the streets became crowded. Or the streets were crowded. Okay. Now the new store was open, the streets were crowded. With is a preposition. With the opening of the new store, the streets were crowded. The streets were crowded. Okay, so I have given you two examples for preposition with a noun or an ing verb. Okay, next, using adverb phrases. Okay. Using adverb phrase or adverbs. He spent all the money. He was careless. Now you are going to change it into an adverb, okay? He carelessly spent all the money. Carelessly is an adverb. Right? Do you get it now? Next one. The train is very late. The train is very late today. It is not usual. Okay, now how will you change this? The train is unusually late today, very late today. Not usual, you are changing it into unusual. unusually very late today. Okay, now I have given you enough examples, two of each, so that you are very clear. Using noun phrase, the wall was broken, the enemy stormed into the fort. The wall having been broken, this having been broken is a noun phrase. Okay, the wall having been broken, the enemies stormed into the fort. See, we have combined both the sentences without changing its meaning by using a noun phrase. Taj Mahal is one of the wonders of the world. It was built by Shah Jahan. Taj Mahal, one of the wonders of the world, was built by Shah Jahan. Now, next pattern is using a preposition with a noun or using an ing verb, with a noun or with an ing verb. What is an ing verb? Gerund. She was praised, she had saved many lives. She was praised for is a preposition, for having saved many lives. This should be using a preposition with a noun. See, for is a preposition with either a noun or with an ing verb. For having saved. Okay. So, you have understood this pattern. The new store was open, the streets were crowded. The opening with this a preposition and ing, it's a gerund. With the opening of the new store, the streets were crowded. So, that is another pattern. Now, using adverb phrases or adverbs. He spent all the money, he was careless. He spent all the money, he carelessly spent all the money. This is an adverb. The train is very late today, it is not usual. The train is unusually very late today. So, these two are adverbs. Okay, now is that clear? Do you need a test or it's clear? Okay, you are fed up of writing tests, huh? Okay, so I am not going to give you tests for this because I have explained it very clearly. You should have no doubts at all.